Eh? Yeah. But remember, time allotted to the bill is 2 hours. Time taken 22 minutes. Time left is 1 hour. Okay. Your ANANDA BHASKAR RAPOLU, you can speak 10 minutes. Not, okay, take 10 minutes, not more than that. Take, okay.
Respected Deputy Chairman, I was in the midway of my speech while there was a break. Now, to continue my submission on the private bill moved by Sri Raju Chandrasekhar ji, to begin with, I pay homage to the Indian martyr Srinivas Kuchibotla, who sacrificed, who shed his blood on the American soil to highlight the gradually spreading hatred that could even take to the shape of terror. His bereaved wife, Sunaina Dumala, while grieving and crying, asked on the soil of America at Kansas that whether I belong to this land or not, that is America. It has sensated whole of the world, and the Kansas killing has drawn attention of the enlightened citizenry of globe to think about the humanity and the accommodativeness. Secondly, I take one another important mention, and I salute Insha Mustaq, the native child of Sofian, just 70 kilometers away from Srinagar, 15-year-old girl studying 9th class, who got blinded with the unleash of the pellet guns 8 months ago in July 2016. She got completely blinded, Insha Mustaq. But the bravo, that child has turned up to her school at Sofian recently to pursue and continue her studies. Her new incapacity has given her challenge to think about, and she is ready to continue her studies of her latest blindness, and she is becoming another Malala Yousafzai. On this occasion, the submission for announcing from the Indian side the neighborhood as the terror sponsorer. How we are moving towards that? Recently, though we may not totally encourage and appreciate the approach of Donald Trump, the American president, but with his latest warning, what was happening on the other side of our borders, how they are tightening their own nuts and bolts, how they are looking at their own civil rights and human rights. Between people and people all along the world, there is no difference. We always strive for the equality and equity. We wish the inclusive globe. But at the same time, the increasing hatred is leading to terror, and the unmindful terrorism is creating such an havoc. But when the state, when the government itself encouraging and sponsoring the terror attacks and acts and running away from the opportunities without having the diplomatic decency, then the necessity of the diplomacy and the shrewdness of the diplomacy will get highlighted. In this context, from our Indian side, where exactly we stand, how attentive we are on our diplomatic mission, how we are having our bilateral relations, how we are positioning our own selves. Have we ever considered on the economic and trade front, first to give the sanction to make a nation any sort of enemy state? So far as our information and knowledge goes, Indian government is not at all having the assessment criteria to look in that angle whether the already established trade pacts can be put to rest and made certain agreements to stand still and to announce any state as the enemy state, particularly on the economic and trade angle. Until and unless we focus on the trade and economic sanctions between the countries, the yield of any effort will be very meager. Those were the examples available all across among the globe. But my friend Raju Chandrasekhar is asking for declaration of the neighboring state, neighboring country, Pakistan, as the terror state, when our Indian government did not even have the basic formula to look at the economic and trade sanctions and to make certain pacts and acts and agreements stand still. Take the irrigation pacts or any other interdependent pacts. But when you are not ready to look at those things, straight away going for announcement of the terror state is going to be a bigger challenge. Between the people and people of this Indian subcontinent, we are having our own affinity. Yes, we are all having cultural, religious and traditional affinities across the communities. At the same time, the state of Pakistan, the Pakistan government is always looking towards our country in a way which will create hurdles and hurt our expectations. But that country is being promoted by several other countries. When we look at the tightening of the environment linked with Pakistan and other nations which are promoting that Pakistan, the futile exercise to announce Pakistan as the terror state is not going to yield any result. But however, I understand and appreciate the concern of Raju Chandrasekhar about the importance to focus on the impending complications that are prevalent across the borders, to harmonize and to attain the peace between the nations. This is the priority subject for the union government to look at the latest conditions and with the diplomatic shrewdness. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.